Thank you for joining us. We're out here in Amador County at the Hirschel Ranch. We call it the Shmily Acres Ranch, but it's the Hirschel family. We have Mark and Pam, Michaela and Morgan, and Jack and Bruno. I think the whole family's here. I thought I had a lot of animals, but we're in a special part of Amador County here with the Hirschels, and the reason we're out here today is that they have a special animal that they raise, not the 500 animals that you see around us, but the special camel sanctuary. And we're going to be talking a little bit about their activities with the nonprofit organization and what it takes to raise the special camel breed. And Bruno's special too, but we want to make sure that all the animals are part of the program, and the camels are quite special. So we're going to go out, we're going to talk a little bit about the camels and what they involve. And I'm sure that Morgan and Michaela do all the work.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you guys been taking care of these camels?
It's been a couple years now. How many years?
We've had it about 6 years now.
About 6 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. Michaela, do you ever do any of the work? You're over at Argonaut High School. I know you're going to school with my daughter over there. And do you like have to shovel like horses and things? Do they require a lot of work?
Yeah.
Morning and in the evenings when you come home from school?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do a lot of that myself, but you guys have me beat on the animal front. And Pam, I know you do a lot of dog training as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. I work over at Petco and do the dog training as well.
Wow. Well, obviously, animal lovers and this camel situation, we have to get a closer look at and ask a lot of questions about what's involved in taking care of a special animal like that, because these aren't just your normal camels that you would normally see going down the streets of Amador County like we have normal camels, but I guess the double-humped
the Bactrian camel.
Bactrian camel is the one from Mongolia, is that correct?
Yes, they're from the high Mongolian deserts, but our camels are actually on the crucial endangered list, and that's because they're the White Bactrian camels. So that's what we are working towards, to get that species out there and so that they don't become extinct.
Are you like one of how many people who have this type of breed that you're handling?
There's probably about 4 breeders that are working towards this with us, and we work together, and it's been all of our lifetime goals to get these animals back off the endangered species list.
And are these breeders throughout the country, or how close are they?
Yeah, no, we're all over the country, as far back as Montana, Idaho, where else? Back east, yeah.
So these are the only Bactrian camels in California, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the White Bactrian camels, yes.
Wow, that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare indeed. And we're going to definitely go out. I want to go out and actually meet, I guess it's Con and Fletcher. Yeah, we want to go out and meet the camels and get a closer look at that. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Here we go, out here in the world of animals where we're not the boss. We're trying to get the camels, of course, to pose for us, and they're not going to do that. The Con over here, and this is Fletcher, is that right? Con. Okay, I've got them back. I've got them backwards. They kind of look similar to one another.
A little bit.
But Morgan and Michaela, you have responsibilities each for one specific camel each, and then you take care of them every day, and your responsibility for years and years has been to care for that one particular camel?
Yeah, so each of the girls, we take care of them. We're in charge of tracking back their line and making sure that the bulls are not related to them, and feeding them and cleaning them every day, brushing them out, and then they shed every year, so making sure they're nice and comfortable with their hair on.
So you don't ever come out and do the wrong camel and take care of them, and Michaela come out and say, well, mine looks fine.
Yeah, occasionally. We'll get our days mixed up, and she comes out and the pen's all clean.
I know they're not like horses, so you don't put shoes, you don't have a farrier come out and put shoes on them. They have soft feet on the bottom?
Yeah, so it's more like a calloused foot. It's like the bottom of your foot. When they step down, it actually spreads out, kind of like a snowshoe, to work on the sand so that they don't sink through in the desert.
So they're like more of a softer environment than a rocky environment.
Yeah.
And these double humps, I always thought, I've always believed the myth that was where they stored the water, and obviously those is it fat that they store inside the humps?
Yeah, so it's fat. So fat stores a lot of our water in the adipose tissue, and so it is technically water. They do store water up there. When they get dehydrated, they'll sag down a little bit, but they're pretty solid.
Well, Michaela, do you come out and fill up the water tank? Because I've heard that these things drink like 30, 40 gallons of water at a time.
Yeah,
Are you
every
like out
day.
there with the hose every day?
Yeah.
That must be quite the responsibility. Mark, you guys have a fundraising effort to go out and make sure that you get the funding to support this endeavor. And how do you go about doing that? Do you have a website that people go to? And
Yeah, we do. It's whitebactriancamel.com, and what we do, it's a nonprofit organization, so we try to fund it through private funds, some of our own, but we have memberships. We have corporate groups come out. We actually go out to corporations with the males that you see right here and do some appearances with them. We have corporate sponsorships, and we take private donations, and it's just quite an effort to keep these guys going. As you can tell, they eat and take a lot of funding to keep going, and so we try to keep that going with the public. And we have private families that come out and they offer to make donations and do stuff like that. And we also work with other breeders that have other nonprofit foundations, and we keep everything going that way.
now, are they friendly with people? Obviously, they're friendly with us out here with the camera and with other animals. How do they behave with other animals?
Good. Well, actually, they're too friendly. As you can tell, this boy right here, Con, is a bottle-raised baby. So if Morgan wasn't holding him, he'd be right in our faces and trying to eat the microphone and wanting to be pet like crazy. Yeah. So they get along great with the other animals. We actually have horses that when they first showed up years ago, the horses came running around the corner and came to a halt and couldn't figure out what these things were. But the camels wanted to go find out what the horses were. So we have alpaca, we have llama, we got the dogs out here, we got cats, we got everything out here, goats, and they all get along great.
Con must smell my horses on me. I was out there this morning, and you halter them up just like a horse. And do they do Pirelli tricks? Do you yo-yo them?
No. No, we don't put too many behaviors. Now, these are our two males here, or they're both geldings, and our two females, which are the White Bactrian Camels, they're actually in the pen. They're over there eating. They're both pregnant right now, so we're very, very excited.
Oh, my gosh. So you really are doing the breeding thing.
Yes,
yeah.
And we expect babies this summer from both of them.
Oh, exciting.
And yeah, so when we get over there to see them, you'll see the difference in color that you'll see. These guys are just the regular Bactrian camels, and then the White Bactrian camels are the two girls.
Well, can I give Fletcher an apple? I happen to have an apple in my pocket there. Let's see, Fletcher, do you see that apple there? Huh? Would you like an apple? Oh, I'm sure. Oh, my.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes. I just made a friend. Oh, no, he's not gonna let go of that apple once he's got it there.
Fletcher here is a rescue camel. So he was rescued in Utah, and a young gentleman bought him from one of our friends, because there's so few breeders, but bought him to trek across the United States. But once he started to put all the funding together and everything, it just didn't work out for him. And so Fletcher
when you get a rescue camel, what other ways can you get one of these camels?
Well, there are breeders you can get them from, but they're pretty particular where they go, because we're trying to make the lines, the breed larger, so you have to have other camels. So when this gentleman got it, he was all by himself. He was out in the field in Utah, and we drove out there and rescued him. He was a little less weight on him and a little not as healthy, mainly because of what he was eating out there. So we brought him back, nurtured him, and he's done really well. And ironically, that we traced back through his lines that he was actually raised as a baby with these two girls that are in here that came from a different place, but back in there when they were all infants, they were actually together. So.
Well, Mark, I actually did a little camel research last night. You probably didn't realize that, but I went on YouTube and actually looked at what a camel farm looks like, and it was terrible. They had these big courtyards in India and places where these camels are just kept in there, like penned like turkeys or something. And I can't imagine a better place out here than Amador County that these camels could have as a home. I mean, what a special place to be here.
We try to make it that way. All of our animals, they take top priority. They eat before we eat. They get cleaned and everything before we get our showers. So that's just the way we operate.
Well, obviously, you've taken great care of them, and we're going to go see some of the females too back there. We don't want to ignore them, and I know Tommy's getting great shots, and these two are just incredible. Now, how do you transport them? They're much taller than a horse.
Yeah, they are much taller. I think they're about 7 feet now. We haven't measured them lately, but Fletcher is probably as tall as he's going to get. He'll just start to fill out now. So he's about 9 years old, and so he's done growing, but now he'll just fill out and be be big.
So do you have to have a special trailer in order to cart them around, or?
Yes, we did. We had to have a special trailer made, and ours is actually one of the largest in the country, so we use them to help other people transfer their animals around as well. And yeah.
We'll have to get a shot of that trailer. It must be about 8 feet high in height, 8.5 feet. Yeah, wow. That's incredible.
We get some strange looks going down the road from other ranchers trying to figure out what we have in those trailers.
I'm sure you do. Well, this is an extraordinary visit out here, and to visit these animals that are really quite rare, and especially here in California, what a special thing to be able to see right here in Amador County. And
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was yelling at the dog.
Oh, dogs, camels. We've got everything going on out here at Shmily Acres Ranch, and we're going to take some other shots of the females in back, and we'll be right back. Well, I don't want to play favorites, but the females. This is Minzy here, and she's special. How many of these females are in existence, Pam?
To date in the United States, there's only about 45 of them left.
45 entirely.
Right. So, and we've got the 2 females here, and we've had 2 females born here in the last 4 years.
And now they're both pregnant again? How exciting is that?
Yes. So we're very excited. The gestation is 14 months, so it's a long wait, and they only have 1 baby at a time. So it's a slow process, but it's exciting.
Morgan, you're looking at me over here. Am I in like the kick zone? I've heard that these camels can kick in all directions, unlike a horse. You know, I always stay out of their kick zone, but camels can actually kick in all directions?
Yeah, they kind of swing their leg around, so the side's more dangerous.
Right.
You're not too bad.
But they're so well behaved. You're taking great care of them.
Oh yeah, they love it here.
They must. It's just an incredible place for them to be, and having both of them, delivering more. It's just amazing to be able to see that breeding so successful out here.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
So. What a breeding effort to see it happen here in Amador County. We're pretty excited about that too, and I'm sure our viewers are enjoying this. This is quite unusual, and we want to make sure that anybody that wants to come out gives you the Hirschels a call and comes out and see the effort and sponsorship and go to the website. And again, the website address was?
It's White Bactrian Camel.
WhiteBactrianCamel.com. There are only 2 kinds of camels, right?
Dromedaries have 1 hump. Bactrians have 2 humps.
Well, here's the big question. How in the world did you get into the camel sanctuary business to begin with?
Well, Mark and I both have worked with animals all of our lives. Mark was the lead hoofstock keeper at a wild animal park, and I worked along with him there. And then I went on and I became an elephant trainer and worked elephants for several years. And Mark went on and he was the lion and tiger trainer.
I had heard rumors he was a lion tamer. Is that true?
Yeah, I was.
How many years did you do that for?
A lot of years. I think 7 years, I think, something like that. But it was very unique. And so Pam actually has a degree. We're very qualified to do what we're doing because Pam actually has a college degree in wild animal management and training, and so exotic animal management and training. So we're very qualified to what we do. But over the years, when we were younger, we worked with so many vast animals and so many different species and types of animals, and we met people from all over the world that were involved in this, that when we got our own property, we always vowed that we'd get back into the business on our terms, for ourselves. And I don't know if it's not business, but
it's not the income, but the outcome.
It's not the income, and it's just back into the animal industry. Mm-hmm. And so when we had the kids and we have the property here, we're like, well, what do we want to do? What animals did we like working with? Which ones were reasonable to work with? You have kids, you don't really want to have lions and tigers around. Even though that was my choice, but so we
the camels are a better choice, Mark.
We said, well, we really actually enjoyed. We worked with one camel called Miles, who was a big bull that we trained, and we worked with many different camels, and we really enjoyed working with the camels. We're like, well, let's look into the camels. Well, not anybody can just run out and get the white camels. They're very, very rare. But through our connections from when I was back at the lead keeper and Pam worked with me, we knew some people, Earl Tatum and Al, and some of these other people that were very into the animal industry, exotic animal industry. And so, I made a call to somebody that I knew 20 years ago, and Morgan and I made a trek out to the ranch in Montana one day, and I spent a week out there, and we're going to get one. And then they said, well, then they realized that, we'd done this in the past, and they liked the girls, and they liked everything, so we ended up getting a couple and getting more and getting into it. And so it's just sort of has flourished from there. And so it's just neat that we're back in the animal industry, and we get to do what we want to do with it, and we get to help the species grow and help the public awareness with it, really is what we're after.
Yeah, the public awareness and the self-actualization of coming from with your backgrounds and coming out with, creating a real sanctuary with multiple animals that are that rare, and that's an admirable commitment. You guys really have made an incredible commitment to, doing that, and they are quite different and quite unique, and as unique as the Hirschel family. And want to thank you guys for having us out here at Shmily Acres Ranch, and we really enjoyed our visit.